Hey up guys, so it's that time of the year again, a time of Yuletide merriment, festive cheer, and the giving and receiving of top 10 best and worst film lists of the year. Fa la 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 la. Sorry. Yes, it's time to look back and reflect on my top 10 most loved films and most despised films of the year. And I thought we'd start off with the positive today and go with the top 10 best of the best films of 2018. For those of you that are joining me for the first time, my only rule for qualifying for this list is that a film needs to be released in the UK from the 1st of January to the 31st of December 2018. That's it. There are some beloved films that have come out in America this year which haven't had their UK release date here yet, like Green Book, Vice, The Favourite, Beautiful Boy, Boy Erased. These films have not come out in the UK yet. Even though I've seen some of them and loved them, they won't qualify for this list because they have yet to have been released in the cinemas or on a streaming platform in my home country. So they will qualify for next year, okay? And as always, this is just my opinion. You might agree with me, you might not, but I would love to know what you think were the top 10 best films of this year. Whatever you think they were, you should let me know in that comment section below. Get involved in the discussion. We'd love to hear from you guys. This video is just going to be a speedy top 10, but if you guys want to know my full thoughts on all the films that I list in my top 10, I do have reviews for all of these films. You can find links to those videos in the description below. Be sure to check those out. And no top 10 would be complete without some honorable mentions because I saw loads of films this year and I saw so many that I loved. And yeah, plenty of these could have made my top 10, but I only had 10 slots and I had to draw the line somewhere, but I did want to give them some recognition because they were films that I really, really loved. And the films that deserve an honorable mention include A Quiet Place, Paddington 2, I, Tonya, Black Klansman, Widows, Hereditary, Mary Poppins Returns, They Shall Not Grow Old, 22nd of July, First Man, Suspiria, Aquaman, Roma, Black Panther, Mission Impossible Fallout, and of course an extra special honorable mention has to go to How to Talk to Girls at Parties, but for completely biased reasons, because I was in it. Still didn't quite make my top 10. Okay then, so let's get started with number 10. Number 10 is always the toughest spot to fill because literally any of the films that I just listed in my honorable mentions could have taken the number 10 slot, but I just had to pick one film to take it. I was flipping and flopping for ages trying to decide what to put at number 10, but I ended up settling on Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. This film was such a nice surprise coming to us right at the end of the year in December. I absolutely loved this film. It was such a fresh spin on the Spider-Man series. It's in tone of the original Spider-Man lore, but also finds a way to make it very individual and so unique. The animation is just exquisite, it's fresh, it's innovative, it's such an inventive storytelling method, and it looks so beautiful to watch. And you can tell it's going to be such a big influence on future animated films. From start to end, I was completely absorbed in this film. It's got such a rich roster of characters, and remarkably, everybody is very well explored. It's completely unique in its aesthetic and style, and somehow it manages to feel original, even though it's like the 57th interpretation of Spider-Man that we've seen. Right, so coming in at number 9, we have a sequel, and it is Ralph Breaks the Internet. This movie is pure joy. It dives deeper into the friendship of Ralph and Vanellope. It's fun, it's beautifully animated, it's very breezy, it's got some great lessons about friendship and online behavior. I was so emotional watching this film because the Ralph and Vanellope friendship dynamic really resonated with me and my own personal friendships in the real world. So yeah, this film really spoke to me. It also made me laugh hysterically. It also made me cry. It's just a thoroughly well-rounded film. Just loved it. Right, so coming in at number 8 is the most charming film on this list, and that is David Lowry's The Old Man and the Gun. What I loved about this film is how classic it feels. It's almost as like this film was made in the 80s, buried in a time capsule, and just recently dug up this year and released in cinemas. It feels like a relic. It really feels like a product of the time of which the film is set in. Robert Redford's supposed final performance is one of his best, playing bank robber and gentleman Forrest Tucker. He has such an insatiable, beautiful chemistry with Sissy Spacek. They're probably my favorite on-screen pairing of the year. Loved watching them. The bank heist scenes are so much fun. They're slick, they're cool, they're casual, they're just, oh, it's such a well-polished film. It's so tautly executed and edited, and it's just a film that shines all around in every aspect. Performances, direction, Set pieces, costumes, music, you name it, it's all phenomenal. This film has so much style and character. Not enough people have seen this film, guys. It truly is a gem. Give it a watch, alright? Right, so moving on to number 7, and I can't believe I'm about to say this, but a rom-com has cracked my top 10. Never thought I'd say those words. But yeah, at number 7, we have the delightful rom-com by John M. Chu, Crazy Rich Asians. Oh my god, I just love this film. This film surprised me in a good way. Just looking from the trailers, I didn't think I was going to enjoy it. I thought it was just going to be super generic, glossy, and shallow. But when I watched this, it just touched me so deeply, and I had so much fun watching it. It did make me laugh. It made me swoon over the romance. There were so many great characters in it, so many great performances. It's so lavish and divine. It's such a pretty film to look at, and it just left me an emotional mess by the end of it. I don't cry much at rom-coms, but this one really got me in the feels, and I can't believe a sappy rom-com has made it into my top 10. I really am just, yeah, big old gay. But yeah, Crazy Rich Asians rightfully deserves to be in my top 10 favourite films of 2018. Alright, so coming in at number 6, we have the superb 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri by Martin McDonagh. There are few filmmakers out there that can simultaneously devastate you and leave you howling with laughter like Martin McDonagh can. 3 Billboards is so dark and yet so funny. The themes of it are so bleak, like grief, rape, murder, injustice, police brutality, retribution, but somehow Martin McDonagh just knows how to find humour in every one of the scenes in this film. It is remarkable how he does it. Flawless casting all around, with 2 Oscar wins for Frances McDormand and 1 for Sam Rockwell, but everybody else in this is also incredible. It actually takes a lot of guts to make a film with such harrowing themes so funny, and that's what makes it so special, because it's very difficult to compare it to any other films of the last 10 years. 3 Billboards is a stunning accomplishment. Alright now, coming into the top 5. It's getting exciting, isn't it, guys? Coming in at number 5 is the beautiful genre-blending masterpiece from director Guillermo del Toro, The Shape of Water. A stunning piece of cinema, a Beauty and the Beast tale of a mute cleaning lady who falls in love with a creature from the Black Lagoon. Yeah, this film has it all. Swooning romance, gorgeous sets, a wonderful ensemble cast, a fantastic score, drops of sci-fi, B-movie horror, a big dollop of nostalgia, but also interspecies bestiality. What more do you need? Right, so coming in at number 4, we have another sequel and another computer-animated kids film. Apparently I'm just a massive man-child this year. And coming in at number 4 is the long-awaited follow-up to Brad Bird's brilliant Pixar film, The Incredibles. Yep, it is Incredibles 2. A film that was 14 years in the making, but my god, was it worth the wait. Picking up exactly where we left off, this film gave us such an exciting follow-up with bigger, more inventive, bedazzling action sequences, some rich lessons about parenting and the importance of family. It had a lovely feminist undertow with Elastigirl's subplot. This film also had a genius villain in the form of Screenslaver, who showed us the corrosive nature of technology and how we're all hypnotized by screens all the time. Very clever, very nuanced ideas in this film. Very intelligent film, packaged as a superhero animated kids film. Incredible. Oh, I really should say it's Incredibles 2, not Incredible. Cheesy puns are always fun. Right, so coming into the top 3 now, and taking the bronze medal for my 3rd favourite film of 2018 was the charming, delightful, coming-of-age dramedy by Greta Gerwig, and that was Lady Bird. This was the indie darling film of the year, a simple story about a mother-daughter love pairing. I laughed, I cried, I was so absorbed by Saoirse Ronan's performance as Lady Bird, and I loved watching the dynamic between Saoirse Ronan and Laurie Metcalf. 2 phenomenal performances there, and they really captured the essence of the film, showing how mother-daughter relationships are beautiful, but they're also messy at the same time, and it just felt so real. This film spoke to me, it spoke to so many people. A wonderfully simple, pure delight. Such a triumph of a film, and really showcasing the best of what women have delivered in 2018 in the world of cinema, both in front of the camera and behind it. Right, so coming in at number 2 is the directorial debut of Boots Riley. Taking the silver medal for my favorite films of 2018 is Sorry to Bother You. Or as I like to call it, the best film that nobody saw this year. This was the film that surprised me the most, this film. I went into it blind, came out blown away. There's nothing I can say here which I couldn't say better in my actual review, so if you want the full details of this film, be sure to check my review out for Sorry to Bother You. But this film is smart, hilarious, bonkers, and original. If you guys want to make me happy, watch this film. I honestly don't know how nobody is talking about this film. It really needs to be discussed. It's so fresh and unlike anything you've seen before. People are constantly complaining there's not enough originality in cinema anymore. Well, watch Sorry to Bother You, then come back and make that statement. Trust me, watch this film and you'll see what I mean, okay? You'll thank me, guys. Alright guys, so we made it to number 1. What is gonna be my favorite film of 2018? I'll be honest guys, I think I knew pretty much straight away what my favorite film of this year was, because this was the only film that I paid to see in the cinema 3 times, okay? I loved it that much. And this film just completely surpassed my expectations. It thoroughly entertained me from start to finish. I laughed, I wept, and the ending of this film simultaneously left me devastated and blown away, okay? You figured out what it is? Yep, my favorite film of 2018 is the Russo brothers' Avengers Infinity War. So much was riding on this film, and there are about 14,605 ways that the Russo brothers could have mucked it up, but remarkably, they delivered a cohesive, exciting, action-packed, bedazzling, emotionally impactful roller coaster of a film, which shocked me to my core and left me starving for more. 10 years worth of character development and build-up, and 18 movies were leading to Avengers Infinity War, and the Russo brothers delivered. The Russo brothers had about 30 different characters to juggle, but somehow made it work. We got to see loads of characters that we love meet for the first time all on the big screen and work together as a team. That was so satisfying. And this film just had so many goosebumps and fanboy chill moments which just made me shriek with glee. The bit where Thor lands in Wakanda with Stormbreaker is just such a moment. I was just floored by it. People were applauding when I went to see this the first time when they saw that. It was sensational. And we had one of the most compelling villains of all time with Josh Brolin's Thanos. I understood his motivations, I empathized with him, I felt sorry for him in one moment. That is an incredibly nuanced, dimensional villain when you can actually empathize with him. Wow! And the ending of this film was so brutal. It took us to a place where we never thought they would actually take us, but my God, did they? And it just leaves us on such a wonderful cliffhanger that we cannot wait to see what happens in Avengers Endgame. God, excitement levels are off the bloody charts. This film just gave us so much. Exhilarating action, lots of laughs, tears, wonderful character development and payoff, surprises, twists, deaths, an amazing cliffhanger. God, it really had it all, and it's the reason why we want to go see movies on the big screen, because it's such a wonderful spectacle and treat for the eyes, the ears, and the heart. It was such a joy to watch and rewatch multiple times, and I cannot wait for Avengers Endgame. And for all those reasons, that is why Avengers Infinity War is my #1 pick for my favorite films of 2018. There you go guys, that is my top 10 favorite films of 2018, but I would love to know, what were your top 10 favorite films of 18? Be sure to list them in that comment section below. And of course, I do have my top 10 worst films of 2018 video coming out soon. If you guys don't want to miss that, be sure to click subscribe, alright? And if you guys want to follow us on Twitter or Instagram, or if you want my full reviews on any of the films that I listed in my top 10, all that information and video links is in the description below. Thank you so much for watching, guys. For more things related to movies, TV, and popcorn culture, I'm Luke Hearfield, and I'll see you next time.